Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Schwartz Center, your home of the Cape Fear Sea Devils, as they play host this afternoon to the Fayetteville Tech Trojans. Trojans coming into this game with a 2-4 record over their first 6 games of the season, 0-3 in conference, coming off a loss on the road at Guilford Tech, a 81-77 loss. And looking at some of their games over the start of the season, picked up a win at the Lewisburg College tournament they had up there in Lewisburg. They picked up a win over Hagerstown Community College, who came down from Maryland. Other than that, several losses in their record here to start the season. As mentioned, 2-4 overall, coming off that loss to Guilford Tech. But we will pause momentarily here for the singing of the national anthem. And welcome back here live from the Joe and Barbara Schwartz Center, your home of the Sea Devils. As mentioned, hosting the Fayetteville Tech Trojans here this afternoon for a 3 p.m. tip-off. Later afternoon tip here today on Saturday, November 23rd. Fayetteville Tech, though, averaging over 86 a game, 86.2 points a game, shooting 47% from the field, 34% from 3, and 65% from the free throw line. That right there will not cut it in this game, though, as if they do have opportunities at the line, they're going to have to capitalize if they want to get out of here with a win. And bounce it over to the Cape Fear side. Sea Devils coming into this game 6-1 overall on a 4-game winning streak. Through their first 7 games of the season, they're averaging over 83 points a game. Shooting 46% from the field, 44% from 3. Big part of that has been the shooting of Jefferson McLam from behind the line. 71.3% from the free throw line, so a little better than their opponent here this afternoon. But those 4 straight, sandwiched by a one possession 3-point loss to County College of Morris, came down here for a couple games against some Maryland junior college teams. They got a win over College of Southern Maryland, but lost to County College of Morris. Now to give you a rundown of the starting lineups, we'll start with the visiting Fayetteville Tech Trojans. They'll be starting 3 guards and 2 forwards. First guard, 6'2" sophomore Nigel Vincent. He'll be wearing number 1. Leading scorer for the Trojans, guard, 6'2" sophomore Tristan Harkins, averaging just over 19 points a game for the Trojans. He'll be joined in the backcourt with Jaden Pitt, 5'9" sophomore from Farmville, North Carolina. Forward, Jaleel Green, 6'8" forward, can stretch the floor. Kind of speaking with head coach Brian Hurd pregame, said he's just waiting for this big to break out and have his game and show a little consistency for the team. Then rounding out their starting 5, 6'5" sophomore Tajon McDaniel McCormick. Starters for Cape Fear. Regular starting 5 once again, same as it has been for the last 5, as that tip is won by Fayetteville Tech. Starters for Cape Fear, though, Avion Pinner, J.J. Moore, Cooper Hawk, Jefferson McLam, and Josiah Pierre Johnson. Trojans win the tip, go right down the court, and a little two-handed soft flush there from number 12, Jaleel Green, to start things off for the Trojans. Pierre Johnson with it. Kicks it to McLam. Officials for this afternoon: James Hardan, Jim Crawford. 3 on the way from Pinner. No good, but an offensive rebound by Pierre Johnson. Loose ball, it'll go into the backcourt. That'll be a turnover by Cape Fear. Pierre Johnson will be charged for that turnover. Didn't look like Pinner was able to get his hands on it and get to it before it went into the backcourt. Officials, though: James Harden, Jim Crawford, and Craig Hawes. Drive, kick out. Trojans swinging now in the hands of Jaden Pitt. Pitt guarded by Moore. Drives, gets around him, floats, hangs, can't finish. Rebound, Cooper Hawk. Sea Devils like to push. Moore with it, takes it the distance, tries to kick it out to McLam. Off of McLam's hands, out of bounds. That's back-to-back turnovers on 2 possessions to start for the Sea Devils. Pull up, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound, Pierre Johnson. He'll push the pace, try to get it into the front court quick. Gives it up to Pinner. Pinner back to Pierre Johnson. McLam with it now in the left wing. Jumper, no good from Pinner. Rebound, Fayetteville Tech. 3 from the corner, no good. Loose ball, chased down by J.J. Moore. He'll get the rebound and push it up to Pinner, who throws it down with one hand. Gave a little look after that, but that's a way to get the party started for the Sea Devils to tie the game at 2. One-handed flush gets the crowd on their feet. Ties the game at 2. McLam with the steal. He'll have a fast break, and he'll slam it with one hand. Jefferson McLam getting up, showing off his athleticism on the steal breakaway, gives the Sea Devils a 2-0 lead. A couple turnovers on back-to-back possessions to start for Cape Fear. But they force a couple turnovers, get some defensive rebound runouts, and run with it. Loose ball picked up by Nigel Vincent, as that foul's called on Jefferson McLam. It's his first foul of the game for either team. One-handed turnaround push shot is good. It's Jaleel Green with another bucket. He's got the 4 points for Fayetteville Tech to start. Pierre Johnson with the steal. Loses it himself, though, and turns it back over. .44 tie game. Thought about the 3. Harkins drives. He's fouled. He'll go. It'll be an inbound. That foul was on Pierre Johnson. Drive baseline, tries to flush with the left, unable to do so, but an offensive rebound Vincent had an open opportunity there, but unable to finish. Pierre Johnson with the steal. And then loses it right back. Harkins gets it, and Harkins finishes. Tristan Harkins transferred into Fayetteville Tech from Fayetteville State. Young man local from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Attended Pine Forest High School there in Fayetteville. 3 from Pierre Johnson, no good. Rebound, Fayetteville State. And Fayetteville State showing off some of their athleticism here early. 3 on the way, no good. Rebound, Jefferson McLam. Moore drives, goes right at his defender, cannot finish. And another defensive rebound for Fayetteville Tech. Drop off to Nigel Vincent. Vincent with it. Guarded by Pinner now. Gives it up to Green. Nice cut by Vincent. Even better pass by number 24, Tejan McDaniel McCormick. Out on the wing. J.J. Moore gets a screen, doesn't shoot it, drives, kicks it out to Pinner in the left corner. Pinner drives, picks up his dribble, step back is good. Little one-footed Dirk Nowitzki right there as he hits the step back. Cuts the deficit to 2. Harkins with it, thought about a 3, gives it up to Vincent. Now into the hands of Jaden Pitt. Baseline, Harkins thought about a 3, pump fake, then takes that one and hits it. 11-6, Fayetteville Tech. Big 3 from Harkins there, pushes the lead up to 5. Cape Fear has their work cut out for him over the first 6 minutes of this game. Pinner picks up his dribble and then turns it over. Harkins with the steal, and he'll finish. Harkins in it. You can see why this young man averages close to 20 a game. Back-to-back possessions. Moore has that rejected by Green. Harkins 3 on the other end, no good, short, but an offensive rebound. Trojans will as J.J. Moore, they'll take a timeout here. As it'll be a injury timeout. Is J.J. Moore. It looks like that is J.J. Moore on the ground over there under the hoop. As he has been down momentarily, still laying on his back. And he gets up. A little bit of help from head athletic trainer Scott Glickoff. Moore shakes off the assistance from Scott Glickoff, says he's all right after he stayed on the ground for a little bit there, laying on his back. He heads to the bench. And for the Fayetteville Tech roster, several guys that can kind of stretch the floor and play multiple positions for head coach Brian Hurd. Talking with him pregame, he said he's waiting for a couple of his guys to kind of break out and do what he thinks they're capable of doing, but at 2-5 record does not look like the team we are currently seeing here through the first 6+ minutes of game action here at the Schwartz Center. Fayetteville Tech up 13-6. Couple substitutions. Jack McErlin, Amari Tillman, and Grayson McCadden check in for the Sea Devils. Still the starting 5 on the court for Fayetteville Tech as McCadden is fouled there. That foul was called on McDaniel McCormick. First substitution for the Trojans. That'll be number 11, Cameron Burns, checking in for McDaniel McCormick. McErlin hangs, finishes, give the assist to Tillman on the inbound. Good looking play there as Jack McErlin, that's his first points of the season. That young man has been waiting to come back since three on the way, short again. Now if Fayetteville State does it again on the assist from Harkins, finds Vincent for the two-handed flush. Now Cape Fear's gonna have to do a better job limiting Harkins as he's there to get his hands in the way of that passing lane right there. McLam finds Tillman, thought about a three, drives, gets by his defender and has it rejected. It definitely hit the back padded part of the hoop. It didn't hit Tillman. Head coach Hurd is trying to explain that that ball went off a Sea Devil. It did not. Corner three from Tillman, good. And Amari Tillman, if he's gonna be shooting the ball well from behind the arc, it's a good sign for Cape Fear. Give the assist to Jack McErlin. Drive by Harkins, loses it out of bounds. Off his own hand, out of bounds. Media timeout here at the under 12, 11:57 to go in the first half. We'll take our first break. We'll be right back with more first half action. Trojans up 15-11. Sea Devils down 15-11 here in the first half. Not necessarily a regular occurrence here so far to start the season at home. Cape Fear's done a good job of protecting their home court. McLam for three in the corner, no good. Loose ball. Picked up by the Trojans. McLam misses his first attempt of the game. Like some substitutions for Fayetteville Tech on that last dead ball. On the court for the Trojans now. Number 3, Jaden Pitt. That'll be number 11, Cameron Burns, will go to the line to shoot 2. Number 1, Nigel Vincent, still on the court. Along with number 4, James Jones, checks in for the first time here this afternoon. And Jaleel Green. Green, one of the guys head coach Hurd and I spoke about prior to the game. He's confident in his ability, but still kind of waiting to see the consistency out of Green that he expects in year 2. Checking in at that, after that free throw, that's Jalen Sturdivant. Sturdivant will check in for the first time here this afternoon. Rayford, North Carolina native. Attended Hoke High School.
Jackie, Grayson, why are we running on the same side? Get to the other side. Hey, Chin, Grayson's in it. Grayson and AP.
Nick Lamb will get credit for that rebound on the missed free throws. And that right there, you could see they aren't shooting tremendous from the free throw line as Pinner misses that point blank turnaround one-handed shot, and then a foul there by McCadden. Second foul on Grayson McCadden. J.J. Moore and Josh Laney will check in for the Sea Devils. Good sign to see Moore checking back in after he hit the deck pretty hard earlier in this first half. Trojans swinging on the right wing. Dribble handoff into the hands of Pitt. Pitt swings it to Sturdivant. Sturdivant gives it up. Drive by Jones, and he's called for the travel. Five turnovers now for the Trojans here in the first half. Laney pulls up. Jumper is good. And Josh Laney definitely good for his confidence early on here in this game as he hits his first attempt from the field. Swing pass, corner three, Cameron Burns, no good. Offensive rebound though by the Trojans. They'll reset, drive. Loose ball, like it was off his leg. That's another turnover by the Trojans. That one will go to Jaden Pitt. Harkins checks back in for Fayetteville Tech. And as mentioned, Harkins, a Fayetteville native, attended Fayetteville State a season ago. Tillman with it, drives, finds the cutting Pierre Johnson. That was a good pass, but then lost by Pierre Johnson. Trying to find Pinner. Maybe one too many passes there, resulting in another Cape Fear turnover. Harkins swings it, three on the way is good from James Jones. James Jones hits his first three of the game. Looks like just his second made three of the season, at least according to the NJCAA website. Laney's second attempt, no good. Rebound Trojans. James Jones comes down with it. Burns with it. Thought about a drive, finds Jones again, and another three by Jones, no good. Air ball. Rebound J.J. Moore. Corner three on the way. Good. But it won't count. No bucket. Charge called on J.J. Moore on the drive and kick out. That was a good looking play there from Moore, as he found the open man in the corner, just unable to finish. Burns with it. Back to Jones. Jones back to Burns. Burns behind the back dribble, gets in the lane, hangs and finishes. Was able to get Tillman on his hip and kept him guessing. Tillman unable to challenge that. The bucket is good. 20-13. Sea Devils down. 8:30 to go here in the first half. Tillman, pick and roll action to Pinner. He's got it. Pinner tries to back down his defender. Picks up his dribble, kicks it out to Laney. Laney drives, Back to Pinner. Pinner thought about a three. He'll drive, though. Pulls up in the paint. No good. Rebound. Trojans. Pinner now 2 of 5 from the field to start the game. Entry pass into the paint. Back out to Jones. He'll drive. Kicks it out. Burns. 3 on the way is good. Cameron Burns hits the 3. Pushes the lead up to 10. Laney with it. His corner 3. No good. Loose ball picked up. Rebound. Trojans. And Fayetteville Tech doing a great job limiting the Sea Devils to 1 possession and 1 shot per possession. Doing a good job with their defensive rebounding. As Tristan Harkins, once again, the drive dish results in a bucket. Sea Devils down 12. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back with more first half action here live from the Schwartz Center, your home of the Sea Devils. .726 to go here in the first half, and the Sea Devils in unfamiliar territory here, down 12 in the first half of a home game. First time that has happened here this season. Still early in the season, but for Cape Fear, they've gotten used to winning here at home and really dominating for the most part at home. Moore swings at Pinner for 3. No good, short. Rebound Harkins. And he'll push the pace. Tries to get it up to a teammate. It'll be a turnover. Eight turnovers, though, by the Trojans here. Because it looks like this will be another timeout. Cape Fear basketball down 12. Swing, McLam for 3, in and out, no good. Pierre Johnson almost skies for the rebound there, but unable to bring it down. And McLam cold from 3 to start, 0 for 2. 1 for 1 from 2. Harkins thought about a 3, pump fake, gets his defender in the air. His 3, no good. Rebound, push by Pinner, finds Laney, and Josh Laney finishes. And too easy on the other end for the Trojans as they get an easy bucket as Cape Fear falls asleep at transition. Laney turns it over, trying to find the cutting Pinner. Pull up is good from Kenneth Brown. 29-15, Sea Devils down 14, 5:45 left in the first half. J.J. Moore's 3, in and out, no good. And Cape Fear starting to rush a little bit here on the offensive end. Couple of quick shots early in the shot clock. Definitely not what head coach Mark Lane wants to see. Harkins, they left him open, he made him pay. Cape Fear now down 17. This is deep water here for Cape Fear in the first half. Definitely not something they're used to. Let's see how they respond. Pinner with it, swings it. McLam thought about a 3, drives, cut off, double team comes, picks up his dribble, turn around in the paint, no good. And Cape Fear just can't catch a bounce. Getting some open shots, just unable to finish. Pitt lost the handle for a little bit there, but gets it back, swings it. Driving on the wing, pulls up from the free throw line, no good. Rebound Pierre Johnson. Finds McLam, finishes high off the backboard, and the bucket is good. That stops the bleeding for a little bit for the Sea Devils. Just under 4:30 to go here in the first half. Still down double digits, 32-17, Sea Devils down. Harkins with it. Cape Fear got to do a better job with him. And Josh Laney with the steal. Good defense from Josh Laney on the bigger opponent. Pierre Johnson can't finish. Missed by J.J. Moore. Pierre Johnson gets the rebound plus the foul. As that foul was called on number 1, Nigel Vincent. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. Sea Devils down 13. Chance to cut in that lead a little more with Josiah Pierre Johnson at the line when we come back. Pierre Johnson at the line, misses the free throw, and that cannot be something that is consistent here this afternoon for Cape Fear. They need to hit their free throws. That's the first free throw attempt of the game for the Sea Devils. Ben Ferguson will check in for Pierre Johnson. New 5 on the court for Cape Fear. Amari Tillman. Josh Helms checks in for the first time along with Ben Ferguson. Cooper Hawk and Jefferson McLam stay on the court, along with Amari Tillman. Drive from Vincent. Kicks it in the wing to Pitt. Pitt drives out in the corner. Swings it, and good passing and ball movement there by the Trojans. And Jaleel Green finishes with the two-handed flush and extends the lead back up to 15 for the Trojans. Cape Fear just unable to swing with the basketball there. The Trojans doing a good job swinging and passing the basketball here in the first half. Good ball movement by the Trojans results in another two-handed dunk. This one by Jaleel Green. Both free throw is good. Sea Devils basketball. Ferguson drives, goes right at Harkins, can't finish, but Hawks there, can't get the putback. Cape Fear just unable to catch a break here early on. Just over 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Cameron Burns out to Harkins. Harkins thought about a three, picks up his dribble, gives it back to Burns. And that's a travel by Burns. Turnover, Fayetteville Tech. Turnover number 9. That's their first turnover in about 2+ minutes of game action. Turnovers haven't caught up with them yet as they have 9 on the game. Tillman with it. Tries to get it on the wing to Ferguson. Harkins reading those passing lanes well. Tips it out of bounds. Back to Tillman. Here comes the screen from Hawk. Swings it. McLam thought about a three. Drives. Hangs and finishes. A little Euro step through the lane. McLam hits the one-handed floater. Cuts the deficit back down to 14, but the Sea Devils need stops here if they want to get back in it in the first half. As we approach the 2-minute mark left here in the first half. Harkins picks up his dribble out in the corner to Vincent. Vincent drives out on the wing to Pitt. Pitt drives, gets by his defender. A lot of contact in the paint on the attempt. Josh Helms called for the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Josh Helms coming off the bench for head coach Mark Lane. Helms, one of the local guys on the roster from Wilmington, North Carolina. Attended Laney High School, which is about 10 minutes up the road from where we are here, downtown Wilmington. Helms on the court with Jefferson McLam, Cooper Hawk, Amari Tillman, and Ben Ferguson. Jump ball. No, potentially a foul. That foul was called on Jaleel Green. Foul called on Jaleel Green. Head coach Brian Hurd wants an explanation. Helms will bring it up. Has been one of the primary ball handlers off the bench for head coach Mark Lane. 1:45 to go. Ferguson drives on Harkins, hangs, can't finish. Hawk tries to swat it out, tip it out to a teammate. No one was there, but Sea Devils turn it over. Ben Ferguson now 0-2 to start this game. Fortunately for Hawk, there'll be a turnover for him. And a travel called on Jaden Pitt. Pitt looked like he wanted to call there, but travel. Got to reset the shot clock. Another turnover. That's number 10 for the Trojans here in the first half. McLam with the turnover there. McLam gets his hands in the passing lane there. .115 to go. 1:01 to go. 36-21. They swing it. Dribble handoff. Cameron Burns with it now. Three is good from Burns, and Cape Fear just not prepared for the type of ball movement they're seeing from the Trojans here. Passing up good shots for great ones, and doing a good job moving the basketball on offense are the Trojans. Ferguson, drive, can't finish, tipped around, offensive rebound, Cooper Hawk. Ferguson now 0 for 3 to start this game. Helms 3, no good. Loose ball tipped, rebound Harkins. Timeout called by the Trojans, but we'll stay put here. 17.9 to go as head coach Brian Hurd probably wants to talk it over with his guys. 17-point lead, and for Cape Fear right now, it just kind of looks like they're going through the motions, not really playing with the type of defensive tenacity they typically are. They'll have to do a better job in the second half if they want to get back in this one. (39-21), 17.9 seconds to go here in the first half. Inbound goes to Cameron Burns. Burns gives it up to Jaden Pitt. Drive right at Hawk, and Hawk fouls McCormick on the drive. Good play there once again as McCormick got him up in the air on the pump fake, and Hawk bit on it, fouls him on the way down. And not really a good foul there with 1.6 seconds left on the clock. But I guess if you're Hawk and the Sea Devils, you'd rather put him on the line and make him earn it as he hits the first. That's the second foul on Cooper Hawk. A couple guys with 2 for Cape Fear. McCadden has 2, Hawk has 2. Second free throw, no good. Tip, rebound McCadden. And that'll do it. That'll be the half. McCadden with the defensive rebound to end the half. And we'll take a break at the half here live from the Schwartz Center. Sea Devils down 40-21. We'll be back with the first half recap. Your leading scores from both teams after the 15-minute intermission at the half. I'm your voice of the Sea Devils. We'll be back with more second half action here shortly. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here live from your home of the Cape Fear Sea Devils, the Joe and Barbara Schwartz Center. Sea Devils down 40-21 at half. Leading scorer for the Trojans at the half. Their leading scorer, Tristan Harkins, averaging just under 20 a game. He's halfway there with 10 at the half. Leading scorer for Cape Fear, Jefferson McLam, 6 points. Cooper Hawk with the bucket. His first bucket of the game for Cooper Hawk. See if Cape Fear can get some stops. Harkins kicks it out. They swing it. Thought about a three. Back to Vincent. Vincent to Harkins. Harkins for three. In and out. No good. Rebound J.J. Moore. They'll push the pace. Moore finds McLam. Finds Pinner, and Pinner finds McLam. Give the assist to Avion Pinner. Jefferson McLam with the bucket. Quick 4-0 run here to start the second half for Cape Fear. A blocking foul called on Pierre Johnson, his second foul of the game. Cape Fear going to have to do a better job defensively. They want to get back in. Harkins gets it. Out to Pitt. Head coach Mark Lane wanted a 3-second call, doesn't get it. Drive. Good strip there by J.J. Moore on the help defense. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Good matchup there between Harkins and McLam. McLam guarding Harkins. McCormick loses it off his own foot, out of bounds. That's a turnover for the Trojans. It's their 11th turnover of the game. J.J. Moore will bring it up. Dribble handoff to Pierre Johnson. Pierre Johnson thought about driving, dribbles back out. Almost throws it away, giving it to McLam, but able to chase it down. Pinner driving baseline. Kicks it to McLam. Good save by Jefferson McLam. Finds J.J. Moore. Moore to Pinner. Pinner drives baseline. Goes right at his defender. Picks up his dribble. Finds Pierre Johnson. Gets it. Drives. Hangs. Can't finish. No foul call. A little bit of contact. No call. Trojans push it on the other end. And the finish by Jaden Pitt. That foul's called on Jefferson McLam. Second foul on McLam. Cape Fear now with 4 guys with 2 fouls. Grayson McCadden, Cooper Hawk, Jefferson McLam, and Pierre Johnson. Free throw up and good. Trojans doing a good job, taking advantage of their opportunities. Push the lead up to 18. Moore wanted to find Pinner, but kicks it in the corner to Pierre Johnson. His turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, Trojans. Drive, travel. Another turnover by the Trojans. Substitution. Josh Laney checks in for the first time in the second half. Comes in for Pierre Johnson. Sea Devils basketball down 18, just under 18 minutes to go here in the second half. Moore with it, thought about driving. Gives it up to Pinner. Pinner for 3, no good. Offensive rebound by Cape Fear. I think he was hanging on the rim there a little bit, or touched the rim. No violation called though. Offensive rebound by Cooper Hawk gives the Sea Devils another opportunity. Moore will inbound. Got to get it in. Pinner chases it down at half court. Drive by Pinner, and he's fouled. Let's see if the bucket counts. Count the basket. Pinner now 3 of 6 from the field. Count the bucket. Cuts the deficit to 16. Free throw in and out. Got to capitalize on those for Cape Fear. Now 0 of 2. Just 2 free throw attempts for the Sea Devils thus far. Harkins with it, guarded by Laney. Harkins called for the travel. That's 3 turnovers here to start this second half. Thrown away there by J.J. Moore, trying to find McLam. A little miscommunication. Moore will get charged with the turnover. That is his first of the game. 9 turnovers for Cape Fear on the game so far. Harkins swings it into the hands of Jaden Pitt. Pitt gives it up to Vincent. Vincent in the corner. McCormick. Good steal there by Hawk. Ends up in the hands of Pinner, who in turn loses it on the dribble. Able to try to chase it down was Pinner. Sea Devils down 16, 43-27. One of their lowest scoring halves of the season thus far, just 21 in that first half. McLam with it, finds Laney, thought about the shot, gives it up to Pinner for a better shot. Pinner can't hit it. Harkins with it, guarded by Pinner, looks to drive. Picks up his dribble. Out towards the top of the key, they swing it. McCormick with it now, drives on Josh Laney. Laney able to stay in front of him. Green with it, kicks it out. Vincent, cut off by Josh Laney, good defense. Back out to Vincent. He'll pull up, mid-range jumper, no good. Loose ball, tipped around, grabbed by Cooper Hawk. J.J. Moore with it. Cut off on the drive, finds McLam. McLam will drive. Pump fake, back to J.J. Moore. Moore with it now. Gives it up to McLam. McLam for 3, gets it up quick, no good. Rebound Trojans. Jefferson McLam cold from 3 here tonight, this afternoon, excuse me. 0 for 3 from long range in the game thus far. Drive, foul called on J.J. Moore. It's J.J. Moore's second foul of the game. Jefferson McLam on the season shooting 45% from 3. Cape Fear was 6 different players shooting over 40% from long range. You got Pierre Johnson shooting 41%, Demaje Osborne shooting 44%, McLam just over 45%, J.J. Moore shooting an amazing 53.3%, Grayson McCadden at 60%, and Amari Tillman at 61%. Cape Fear also just 3 guys now currently averaging double-digit points a game. You got Pierre Johnson averaging over 10. Jefferson McLam averaging just over 16 a game. McLam has been as high as averaging 20 a game early in the season, but that average obviously coming down a little bit here over the last couple of games. Not needing as much from McLam as they typically have, or that he's given them. But 15-15 left here in the in the game. Cape Fear down 16. It'll be Fayetteville Tech at the line here as we break from that dead ball. First free throw is good from Jaden Pitt. Pitt misses the second. Rebound, Cooper Hawk. Moore picks up his dribble, finds Laney. Baseline floater, in and out, no good. But Laney will go to the line to shoot 2. That foul was called on James Jones. On the court here for the Trojans, you got Tristan Harkins, my apologies. Tristan Harkins. First free throw in and out for Laney. Gotta make the free throws. Cape Fear's now missed their first 3 attempts from the line here this afternoon. Second free throw in. Laney 1 for 2 on that trip. Little 1-2-2 zone pressure. Pinner guarded by Burns. Burns gets by him, floats, hangs, and finishes. It's too easy there for Burns as that help defense did not come in time. Laney will pull up. Mid-range jumper at the free throw line, no good from Laney. Drive. Hand off to Jones, and Jones hits it. J.J. Moore gives it up to McLam. 20-point lead for the Trojans. Sea Devils need buckets and stops here down the stretch of this game. McLam, floater, hangs, can't finish. Cooper Hawk with the rebound. Gives the Sea Devils another opportunity. McLam misses again. Hawk another offensive rebound. That's his 5th of the game. Laney finds McLam in the corner. Loses the handle. McLam charged with the turnover. Rebound Josh Laney on the other end. They'll push it. Finds McLam. McLam goes high, can't finish, but Cooper Hawk there for the two-handed putback. McLam now 4 of 8 from the field here. 0 for 3 from deep. Drive, open shooters all over. Haskins with it. Harkins. I don't know why I keep calling him Haskins. Tristan Harkins with it though, guarded by Josh Laney. Step back 3, thought about it. Gives it up. Drive by Pitt, finds Harkins. Harkins' reverse layup is good. Cape Fear will push it up. McLam with it, back to J.J. Moore. Moore guarded by Pitt. Gives it up to Pinner. Pinner drives, hangs, floater, no good. Tip, no good. Run out for Harkins. 3, no good. Put back, no good. Rebound, Pinner. Pinner fouled on that defensive rebound. Substitution. Jaleel Green checks in for the Trojans. Amari Tillman with it. Tillman with it. Guarded by Pitt. Swings it to Laney. Laney, 3. No good, short. Rebound Hawk, and he knows what to do with it. Cooper Hawk beasted on the offensive glass. This is 7th offensive rebound of this game. Josh Laney set it up there with the missed 3, and Cooper Hawk able to get the rebound and flush it back home. Cuts the deficit back down to 18. Drive by Pitt. Mari Tillman. Tillman called for the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Under 12 minutes to go. We'll take a break here live from take a quick break and we'll be right back with more second half action. And we're back here live from the Schwartz Center. Sea Devils down 18. It's Jaden Pitt at the line for the Trojans. Pitt shooting just over 78% from the free throw line on the season. Hits the first. Second free throw is good, gets the shooter's roll. Inbound goes to Tillman. Under 12 minutes to go. Caleb Gilmore checks in for the first time for Cape Fear. Gives it up to Tillman. Tillman to Laney. Ben Ferguson checked in at that last dead ball as well as Josh Laney loses the handle. Turnover. And the finish by Jalen Sturdivant. Second turnover by Josh Laney. Tillman with it. Sea Devils now down over 20. Largest deficit they've seen on the season. Tillman drives, fouled. Foul was on Jaden Pitt. Just one. His first foul on Jaden Pitt. First free throw good from Tillman. Tillman's first trip to the line this afternoon. He hits them both. Cuts the deficit back down to an even 20. Sea Devils need stops. Jack McErlin checks back in for Cape Fear. Drive by Pitt, loses it out of bounds. There'll be a turnover. Trojans have done a good job limiting their turnovers here in the second half. .20 deficit for Cape Fear. Tillman will pull up. Three is good. Tillman, a perfect 2 for 2 from deep. Might need more of that here in the second half. They want to get back in this game down 17. McErlin guarding Harkins. That's an offensive foul, push off. Ben Ferguson draws it. Nigel Vincent called for the foul, and that's another turnover by the Trojans. 15 on the game for Fayetteville Tech. 12 for Cape Fear. McErlin sets the screen. Tillman pulls up again. Another three. Got it. Amari Tillman heating up from three. That's big for the Sea Devils. Cuts the deficit down to 14. Cape Fear in it now. Drive by McCormick, guarded by Gilmore, and a foul called. That foul was called on Jack McErlin, his first foul. McErlin guarding Harkins. Harkins gets it. On the left wing, dribbles towards the top of the key. Thought about a three, gives it up to Pitt. Pitt, entry pass into the post. Drive and finish by McCormick. Good looking offensive play there, and then a turnover. Ferguson tries to force it to Tillman. Jump ball will stay with the Trojans. Ferguson threw that inbound away, trying to find Tillman. Jack McErlin will check out. Pierre Johnson checks back in. Harkins thought about a three. Pump fake, gets Ferguson in the air, but Ferguson, good defense, stays with him. Another drive and another finish by Daniel McCormick. Back-to-back buckets for number 24. Pushes the lead back up to 18. Pierre Johnson, pull up, is good at the free throw line. Just the second made field goal for Pierre Johnson. Now 2 of 5 from the field. Pitt gets it, gives it back. Jones with it now. Another pass to McCormick. Drives, no charge called, a lot of contact. Then an offensive rebound and finish on the other end. Ferguson gets the full court inbound, drives and finishes. Ferguson's first made field goal of the game. Cape Fear falls asleep on the other end. As Jalen Sturdivant leaked out. Spin move layup, no good, but he'll go to the line, shoot 2. .852 to go here in the second half. Cape Fear down 16 as Jalen Sturdivant goes to the line to shoot 2, hits the first. Foul charge to Amari Tillman. Cape Fear needs stops here down the final .852 of this game. Second free throw is good from Sturdivant. Sturdivant shooting 50% from the free throw line on the season. Those were his 3rd and 4th attempts of the season, so he hasn't been there that much as J.J. Moore misses the 3. Pitt finds McCormick. And another assist by Jaden Pitt, excuse me. Pierre Johnson hits the 3 on the other end, his first made 3 of the game. Give the assist to Amari Tillman. Harkins with it, guarded by Moore, gives it up. Pitt, entry pass into the paint to McCormick, and he does it again, goes right at his defender and finishes over top for the bucket. J.J. Moore with it, gives it up to Pinner. Dribble handoff to Pierre Johnson. His 3 is good. Another 3 from Pierre Johnson. Give the assist to Pinner. Cape Fear needs stops more than anything right now, down 16. Harkins with it. Tipped around. Almost a travel, almost a turnover. Possession will stay with the Trojans as Harkins throws it off of Avion Pinner. .720 to go. We'll take a quick break here live from the Schwartz Center. Sea Devils down 16. .720 to go here in the second half. And welcome back here live from the Schwartz Center, your home of the Cape Fear Sea Devils. Cape Fear down 16, 7:20 to go. Only 2 seconds on the shot clock. See what the Trojans drew up here at that dead ball. J.J. Moore with the rebound. They'll call the shot clock violation. There'll be another turnover for the Trojans, number 16. Cape Fear looked like on a fast break opportunity there, but shot clock violation called. J.J. Moore with it. Gives it up to Tillman. Tillman back to Moore. Moore with it now. Dribbles towards the right wing. Gets into the paint, finds Hawk. Hawk with it. Had it partially blocked. And Pinner saves it, but it goes out of bounds. Excuse me, not out of bounds, but he saved it to a Trojan. Tillman with it on the other end. Pulls up for three. Got it! And Amari Tillman is unconscious from three right now. A perfect 4 for 4 from deep is Amari Tillman. And they're gonna need more of that, down 15 here with 6:30 to go in the game. Harkins with it. Guarded by Tillman. Excuse me, that's Burns. Burns gives it up to Pitt. Screen set. Pitt, it's in the paint. Can't finish, misses the layup. Rebound, Pierre Johnson. Pinner finds Hawk. Hawk can't finish. Chased down by Pierre Johnson. Pierre Johnson can't finish. Hawk there for the offensive rebound putback. Timeout called. Pierre Johnson with the bucket, his third made field goal of the game. And I know head coach Brian Hurd not happy with what he saw there as Cooper Hawk missed the dunk with two hands. And as he was hanging there with one hand, reached out and tipped the ball while he was hanging on the rim. Pretty sure you could see it on the replay, but definitely a violation there, but no call. Cape Fear gets a bucket out of it too, so they catch a break, down 13, 6 minutes to go. Cape Fear's gonna need a change of pace here and gonna have to get stops. It's the biggest thing right now for Cape Fear. They need stops. They've outscored Fayetteville Tech 34-27 in the second half, and that is a two-handed alley-oop flush finish by Jaleel Green. And that's been there quite a lot for the Trojans. If they've gotten in the paint, that weak side help has not come for Cape Fear, and it's resulted in some easy buckets for the Trojans. Another three by Amari Tillman. 5 of 5 from deep is Tillman. And then a steal on the other end by Moore. J.J. Moore with the steal and bucket. Harkins thought about the three. Gives it up. Pitt will shoot it. And Pitt hits it. And a three on the other end by Pitt. Sea Devils down 13, 5:24 to go here. And if Cape Fear can get some stops, they'll be right back in this game. J.J. Moore will bring it up for Cape Fear. He'll hand it off to Amari Tillman. Another three by Tillman. This one no good. Tipped around. Loose ball. Tillman unable to hold on to it. Fortunately, that's a turnover by Cape Fear. Just under 5 minutes to go. Trojans possession. Nice pass. Out of bounds.
Hey, 4 seconds.
Jefferson McLam will check back in for Cape Fear.
4 seconds.
McLam checks in for Cooper Hawk. 4 seconds on the shot clock, as you can hear head coach Mark Lane telling his guys, and that might do it. Yeah. Another turnover.
That was hilarious. Did you see their coach? They did it all fucking
Georgia.
Sea Devils catch a break there on the turnover by the Trojans. It's turnover number 17 for the Trojans, but still a 13-point lead. Tillman with it, swings it to Moore. Moore looks to drive, goes right at McCormick. Finds Pinner, two-handed flush. And a good finish by Pinner on the assist from J.J. Moore. Pinner now 4 of 10 from the field. 4:14 to go. 11-point deficit for the Sea Devils if they've climbed back in this one. Inbound goes to Cameron Burns. Burns gets around the defender. Foul called on Josiah Pierre Johnson. That's his third foul. 1 and 1. .412 to go.
Hey, shut your mouth. Rebound. AP, take it out. It's 1-on-1. Rebound. Let's go.
Free throw no good. Rebound Avion Pinner. And that could get Cape Fear back in it if the Trojans are unable to convert their bonus opportunities. McLam picks up his dribble, finds Pierre Johnson. Back to McLam. McLam for three. Short, no good. Pierre Johnson tries to chase it down. Loose ball out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Sea Devils. My apologies that I'm laughing on the broadcast, but some of these reactions from these two head coaches has been entertaining to say the least. We'll take a break here live from the Schwartz Center. Sea Devils down 11, 73-62, 3:54 to go. Full timeout. We'll be back the remainder of the second half when we come back. Yes. Yes. Right? All 70 of you. Sea Devils possession here, down 11, 3:54 to go, just 12 seconds on the shot clock. Tillman finds Pinner. Had an open three, McLam drives, hangs, can't finish. And a block called. McLam. One and one here for the Sea Devils. McLam's going to need to capitalize here. First free throw from McLam. Shooter's touch. Got it. This, surprisingly, his first free throw attempts of the game coming right now at the 3:47 mark of the second half. Second free throw is good. McLam hits them both. Big bucket there, big 2 points there for Cape Fear without the clock running. Little pressure with Tillman and J.J. Moore. Trojans are able to break it. Sea Devils down 9. They've made it a game.
Hey, trap it! If he sets a ball screen, trap it!
They have outscored the Trojans by 10 here in the second half. 43-33. Harkins can't finish, rebound McLam. He'll try to push it, but he turns it over, trying to find a teammate. Harkins able to step in front of it, and Pitt with it drives, and Pinner fouls Pitt. Pitt will go to the line to shoot 2. That fouls on Avion Pinner. First foul on Avion Pinner sends Jaden Pitt to the line. First free throw is good from Pitt. Pushes the lead back up to 10. First time Cape Fear got the lead under 10 in the second half, pretty much since early in the game. Pushed back up to 11. J.J. Moore with it. He'll try to push the pace. Dribble handoff to Tillman. Tillman thought about a three. Gives it up to Pierre Johnson. Pierre Johnson, he'll pull up. His three is no good. Rebound, Jaden Pitt. Double team coming. McCormick has to get rid of it. Finds Green. Rejected by Pinner. Pinner blocks Green. And if you ask AP, that's his second or third block of the game, even though the previous ones were called fouls. No foul called there. 11-point deficit. Sea Devils down 75-64. Trojan basketball. Pitt drives baseline, finds McCormick, and he finishes. J.J. Moore goes right back at him. Looking for a screen, gets a screen from Pinner. Drives, floater, right into the hands of Pinner, who flushes. That'll be a 30-second timeout. Cameron Burns at the scorer's table. He'll check in at this dead ball. Sea Devils down 11. They need stops over this final 2:14. They're going to need some big shots from any of their guys, really. It could come from any of the 5 on the court. For Cape Fear, Amari Tillman, Jefferson McLam, J.J. Moore, Avion Pinner, and Josiah Pierre Johnson. Harkins will inbound for the Trojans. Full court pressure from Cape Fear. Double team comes, and they go right where Cape Fear wanted them to go. Jump ball called, possession to the Sea Devils. That'll be another turnover by the Trojans. It's number 18. As Vincent got trapped in the corner. That's exactly where that press wants you to go. They have to do a better job on the inbounds here moving forward. Pierre Johnson falling down, can't hit the 3. You probably would contend his landing area was taken up, but .23 on the shot clock, 1:51 on the game clock. Sea Devils down 11. Good sized crowd in here for a Saturday game. That trip from Fayetteville not too far. Over and back, and another turnover by Fayetteville Tech. They might be reversing this call here. Looks like they may be talking about whether or not there was a possession. We'll see what they call here. So they're saying it was not an over and back call. That so instead of a backcourt violation, it should have been a play on. Oh, and the flush. Pushes the lead back up to 13 with 1:35 to go. Moore for 3. He'll hit it. Big 3. Moore's first made 3 of the game. Cuts the lead back down to 10. Full timeout called. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back with the remaining 1:27 of the second half. Sea Devils down 10, 79-69. Trojans will inbound. J.J. Moore, quick hands. Tried to force the steal there, unable to get it. Trojans get over half court. Trojans trying to dribble time off the clock. And a foul called there on J.J. Moore, it looks like. It's Moore's third foul. 1 and 1. So that'll send Vincent to the line, that'll send Jaden Pitt to the line for a 1 and 1. Moore not happy about that call, but looked like he did get some arm there. Pitt hits the first. And that hasn't really been a problem here tonight for the Trojans. They've done a good job converting their free opportunities at the line. Pushes the lead back up to 11. And as mentioned earlier, that trip from Fayetteville, about an hour and a half, not too long. McLam with the rebound on the second miss. Moore hangs, can't finish. Rebound Vincent. Loose ball out of bounds, turnover Trojans. That is turnover number 20 for Fayetteville Tech. Tillman for three, no good. Rebound Trojans, and that may do it. And a foul there on McLam. And for Amari Tillman, that was his first missed three of the game. First free throw is good. 35.5 seconds to go. Second free throw is good. Timeout called by head coach Hurd as he wants to talk it over with his guys, up 13. And this is all but over for Cape Fear, just too little too late. As they have outscored the Trojans in the second half, 48-42. And the Trojans, the bench is excited, starting to celebrate a little bit. And good for them, coming on the road and trying to pick up a quality win here from the Joe and Barbara Schwartz Center. But if we're being honest, this win still doesn't even take them to a 500 record. And for Cape Fear, it'll be just their second loss of the season. So they were definitely better today, but I don't know how much overall better they are than this Sea Devil team. But they got them today, and you got to give them credit. Trojans came to play, and they have done just that, as that's a turnaround jumper by Amari Tillman. That's his first made two. Give the assist to McLam. For Jefferson McLam, that's his first assist, and McCormick answers on the other end. Quick run out. Cape Fear will bring it up. Tillman thought about a three. He'll take it. Step back, no good. Rebound Trojans. And Tillman will finish 5 of 7. And that'll do it. Final score, 84-71. And it got chippy late. And a good win by Fayetteville Tech. Cape Fear loses 84-71. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with a post-game recap when we come back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here live from the Joe and Barbara Schwartz Center. I'm your voice of the Sea Devils, Elijah Mize. And Cape Fear loses a tough one, 84-71 the final. And that'll take them now to 6-2 on the season. Fayetteville Tech, big win for them coming down here on the road. It will take their record now to 3-4 on the season through their first 6. Looking ahead quickly for Fayetteville Tech as we look at their schedule going forward. You bring that up, my apologies. But for Cape Fear, just unable to do the small things when it came down to it. Only one player with more than 2 assists. That was Avion Pinner. He finished with 3 assists. But other than that, Cape Fear just not playing too much team basketball here this afternoon. And once they got down, they were never able to really battle back. It was a close game early, back and forth through the first 5-6 minutes of the game. But Fayetteville Tech took the lead with about 5 minutes into the first half and never relinquished it the remainder of the game. Cape Fear was able to cut the lead to as low as 9 with about 6 minutes left of game action and just never able to get it lower than that. And Fayetteville Tech just answered every big bucket with a bucket of their own. Looking ahead for Fayetteville Tech after they pick up this win, 84-71 the final here. They will travel at Davidson-Davie Community College, one of the best teams in the country, junior college-wise, currently ranked #1 overall in the D2 NJCAA rankings, Davidson-Davie Community College. And if they see the team that showed up here tonight, this afternoon at Fayetteville Tech, if they see the team that showed up here at the Schwartz Center, Davidson-Davie will have their work cut out for them, but we'll see what happens there. But for Cape Fear, looking ahead for them, they finish up their homestand as they will actually have one more home game to start December. On December 7th, they will host Patrick and Henry Community College, and that'll be a 3 p.m. tip-off as well. After that, it's on the road for the Sea Devils for the remainder of December. Be on the road the 13th, 14th, and 15th. That'll be the Brunswick Classic just across the bridge over in Brunswick County. Community College will be hosting their yearly holiday tournament. Cape Fear will take part in that, where they will play Chattanooga State Community College, Bryant Stratton College, and Harcum College. Then they'll come back home to start the new year, January 8th. They will host Wake Tech. But just 2 games back at home here for Cape Fear over the next month and a half, really. So try to get a home win to end that home stretch when December comes, as they will be off for the holiday. No holiday tournament this season, at least over the Thanksgiving holiday for Cape Fear. They lose here tonight, 84-71, and somebody's got to get the player of the game for the Sea Devils, and tonight that'll be Amari Tillman. He was shooting unconscious from 3 this afternoon. He hit his first 5 3-point attempts of the game. He finished with 19 points, 2 assists, and was 5 of 7 from 3, and was somewhat of a spark for Cape Fear in the second half. Was able to help cut the deficit and get Cape Fear to as close as down 9, but unable to do much other than that. And a leading scorer for Fayetteville Tech, that'll be Tajon McDaniel McCormick. That was somebody that we talked about pregame, me and head coach Brian Hurd. He said he was waiting for McCormick to kind of break out and do what he could for this team that he knows he's all well capable of, and saw that tonight from McCormick as he had a game-high 15 points, a team-high 15 points for the Trojans. Harcum, I don't know why I mispronounced this young man's last name several times here this afternoon. He deserves better than that. But Tristan Harkins averaging 20 a game. He ended up finishing with just under 20. Had 10 at the half. Looked like only about 6 points in the second half. But quality dribble penetration and finding open teammates when needed. And did a great job really getting his team in the sets they needed to be on the offensive side and hit open jumpers when needed. And just got an overall quality performance from Tristan Harkins, and he was helpful in leading the Trojans to a 84-71 final. And just one last note on McDaniel McCormick. He had 1 point at the half. This young man had 14 points in the second half, and he was a big part of the Trojans maintaining that lead and picking up just their 3rd victory of the season as they travel back home to Fayetteville. Now 3-5 on the season. But that'll do it here live from the Schwartz Center. I'm your voice of the Sea Devils, Elijah Mize. And don't forget, any updates on the schedule, statistics, or player information, or really anything Cape Fear Athletics related, you can visit GoSeaDevils.com. You can also follow along online at GoSeaDevils, on Instagram at Cape Fear Athletics. Don't forget to give me a follow at Sports Guy Eli on X. And we'll see you again next week, Saturday the 7th. The men will be home and they will host, they will host Patrick and Henry Community College. That'll do it here from the Schwartz Center, your home of the Sea Devils. Tough loss here this afternoon as they fall to 6-2 on the season, but they'll be back, and I'm sure head coach Mark Lane will have them working in the next week or so until their next home game on the 7th. But that'll do it here from the Schwartz Center. I'm your voice of the Sea Devils, Elijah Mize, signing off, and we'll see you again next week. Have a good evening.